Hey guys, week 3 of Road to Busso, and I'm just about to jump on. It's Monday afternoon, got a bit of a gap at work, so I'm going to jump on Zwift, do a nice long slow Zone 2 ride. Didn't get one done over the weekend. If you saw the episode that went up, or is going up today from last week, you would notice that I didn't get any long rides done over the weekend with footy, so hoping to get one in today, just a bit of a make-up session. Hour and a half, Zone 2, nice comfortable intensity. Going to jump on Zwift, see what happens. I think we've either got options of Richmond or Watopia, so I'm just going to play around, see what happens, and yeah, we'll get stuck into it. Week 3, this has been the biggest week of the program so far, so looking forward to a bit of a deload week next week. Just want to give you a quick fill-in on sort of what happened this week. Didn't get too much done in terms of filming. There wasn't much going on other than just sort of getting into the training and having a real crack. Got out on the bike for the first time off the trainer, which was nice yesterday. Did a big 3-hour ride with one of the boys that I coach at Mets. Longest ride definitely by far. So we ended up going a little bit longer, just went about sort of 3 hours, but all Zone 2, just that nice comfortable intensity. And it was good that the body held up pretty well. So feeling all right today. A little bit tired in the afternoon yesterday, but overall held up all right. So pretty sort of positive signs early that getting some of those bigger volumes in. Hopefully, I'm always going to tolerate it as we start to progress. There's a bit of a big jump, and I don't recommend going straight off. I guess my last big ride, my biggest ride up until then was about an hour and a half, so I pretty much doubled that. So I don't recommend going out and doing it, but it's good to see and give myself a little bit of test of if I just go and hammer that or sort of sit on that comfortable, long, slow pace, then my body was going to tolerate it okay. So bit of a positive. Had the intervals during the week on the bike, and the trainer was dropping in and out, so you might see me a little bit frustrated in some of the footage that I cut in here when we're sort of playing through the week. But swim went okay, just only got the one swim in for the week. Was planning on getting 2, but just with timing and feeling a bit tired, I just couldn't get the second one in. Bit of gym footage for you this week as well, just giving me a bit of an insight into some of the exercises that I'm doing. And I'm going to get into that, just looking at my schedule in couple of weeks time, so about 2 weeks time. I think I've got more of a strength focus that I'm going to be trying to do to show you a bit more in depth of what I'm actually doing in the gym. We're all building a little bit of performance benefit, but mostly just keeping me out there training nice and strong, so I'm not breaking down throughout when the volume starts to pick up as well. So I guess probably just the one thing I do want to touch on that I've sort of noticed over the last 3 weeks before we do get into this bit more of a recovery week and a bit more recovery focus in the next episode is just the nutrition and hydration side of things that is probably the big thing I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, and just how much that's changed. Over the last sort of few days, had a few headaches and sort of tried to pinpoint where that was really coming from, and just reflecting back on what I've been taking in over the last couple of days, nutrition's probably not been too bad, but just the hydration side of things, not getting in anywhere near enough fluid every day is day to day, and adding on all the extra volume in terms of training that I'm doing as well probably isn't helping either. So today, trying to kick things off and be a bit more disciplined with trying to get in just on about 2 litres of water every day, which for about 64, 65 kilo athlete, which I am, is pretty much bang on the recommended guidelines. Lift up my fluid intake, hopefully eliminate some of those headaches, but then just keep me hydrated, because we know that about a 2% drop in, well, a 2% dehydrated state, it's going to lead to it can lead to a 9% drop in FTP. It can lead to 20% drops in total performance. It's a huge impact on what we do. I guess the second thing in terms of nutrition side of things is just how much food I'm taking in. I've been pretty consistent over the last little while of just checking my weight every couple of days, just have a look what's going on. Pretty much stagnant at about 64 kilos, but because I've been, I guess, training more and doing more in terms of what I'm outputting energy-wise, I've had to balance that out. I've had to lift what my intake is. So I just noticed in terms of meal times and feeling hungry, I'm eating a lot more than I have been. I'm about to sit down and have dinner in a sec, so I'm feeling pretty hungry as it is from today as well. And I haven't done much at all today in terms of training, just been working. But a little bit of a rest day after the big ride yesterday, but food intake's gone through the roof. So that's something I'll have to monitor over the next while, and something a lot of athletes will probably notice as well, is that as you increase the Ks or as you increase the volume, etc., particularly as well, adding in some of the extra high intensity sessions with the bike sessions, as I start to build more and more into the program, making sure I'm fueled up, ready to go, and then fueled up to recover from sessions is going to be really critical. So just something sort of noted that I thought was a bit interesting is just, and it sort of sparked in my mind the other day when I was sitting down having dinner going, gee, I'm really hungry and I've had a lot already. Something to be monitoring, obviously not taking too much, but being able to replace the fuel that I've burnt, etc., is quite critical. I guess that's the end of this first sort of 3 weeks, sort of accumulating a little bit more, and I guess is the intro part of the training done. Bit of a deload week next week, and then we can hopefully really get that consistent routine starting to get in place and get the training kicking off. Yeah, this upcoming week is all about recovery, a bit of deload, what I'm doing in terms of training, how I'm dropping volume but maintaining a bit of intensity, how I'm recovering up for the following week where we start to increase load again, what I'm doing in terms of recovery techniques, so what I'm doing to refuel after sessions, how the recovery boots work, etc. You will see me jump in those a few times and sort of mention them, but I'll go in a bit more detail about what's going on. And then really how we're going to reset and sort of build the next block of training out, still in this base phase, so still just trying to accumulate that good solid aerobic conditioning, and fitting it in and around the week and trying to get, like I said before, that consistency is probably the key. So plenty to look forward to. I'm going to cut together a little bit of footage from training throughout the week. Bit of swim, bit of bike. There isn't too much running at the moment, mostly because I'm not able to film any of the sessions that I'm doing in terms of the group training sessions for footy on a Tuesday, Thursdays. And then with my game day on the weekends, that's generally my third run of the week. So I'm not really filming anything there. But as footy season starts to wrap up, I'll hopefully get a little bit more on the running side of things. Or if I get a chance to go out and do a bit of a run anyway, that'll sort of start to work its way in. A few other things before I do finish up. I do finally have my new crank set. It took forever to come from the States and got stuck in customs and a whole bunch of drama there. But that's going on the bike tomorrow. The crank swapped over, new bottom bracket. And then just messaging Ken before from Adaptive, hopefully some aero testing on the 15th of August, so coming up in the next couple of weeks. Should be really exciting to show you guys what happens there from and see how aero I am currently. We'll do some testing as well to then see and change around a few things and new components going on the bike, so new saddle, everything. Really excited to see all that come together and how it changes my aerodynamics, which is going to be a big thing or play a big role on the bike in terms of speed, but then also just comfort in general. Over the course of 90Ks, I want to have that sort of good balance between speed and comfort. So plenty to look forward to in the next couple of weeks. Probably a little bit shorter episode than usual, but hopefully you enjoyed it so far. And yeah, we'll get stuck into this deload week. Looking forward to a bit of recovery and see how we go.